NFL Network.
A sport welcoming more and more young women is flag football. There is a demand for it, a hunger for it, a craving for it, and thanks to a partnership between the NFL and the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletics, we're now in the second season of women's flag football at the college level. This was life-changing for some women at Ottawa University, how their love of the game became a reality, and what this means for the next generation of women.
My name is Madison. I am the quarterback for the flag football team here at Ottawa University. I just happened to get lucky going to my first middle school. I just so happened to start women's flag football, and it was just something I've tried, and I graduated thinking that was going to be the end of it because there was nothing available.
These young ladies were playing in high school, and that was it. That drove me and motivated me to want to open that path for them.
Back in January of 2020, we were thrilled to be approached by the NFL with ideas to invest in and aggressively pursue starting women's flag football at the collegiate level. And they were having discussions with us, with the NCAA, with the NJCAA, and fortunately for us, we were in a position to where we could get started essentially right away.
When I first heard about this opportunity, I didn't know much about it. It was kind of out of nowhere, and I was like, college flag football. But I had just played in Panama with the USA flag football team, and we won the gold, and I knew how big this could be. I was able to find Madison. She was the first one to commit to me.
I almost didn't believe it. I was kind of skeptical because I was very worried that something was going to go wrong, especially with the rise of COVID. But I took a gamble, and I definitely do not regret my decision. I got to bring back the dream that I've been thinking about ever since I started playing in middle school.
Athletes receiving scholarships at the NAIA level, you tend to see partials, and that's across the board.
These are girls at the top of the game, literally changing the way that future generations will view the game of football, and they deserve to go to school for free. I've had a lot of situations where girls want to play flag football. They have a desire, they have a dream, and financially they just can't make it work.
These women need more support and more funding. I think you're going to see more brands, more organizations getting behind them and supporting these women and offering resources.
This is your first ever women's flag finals.
You got to have a champion, right? So we teamed up with the Atlanta Falcons and Mercedes-Benz Stadium and call it a March Madness style massive collegiate tournament to crown a champion.
It couldn't have been a more perfect ending up with a championship.
It was everything. It was crazy to actually be on top.
The way the Falcons and Mercedes-Benz Stadium, they had it up on the Jumbotron welcoming these young ladies in, music playing, the same way they treated our Falcons game, and the stadium belonged to them that day. It was just a dream come true to watch this completely unfold within a year's time. I'll never forget that moment. It's a moment that will always stick with me, and knowing I played a small part in helping to bring this to life for those young women. As a dad, whatever I tell my son, I want to be able to tell my daughter, you can do the same.
I think the more girls can see that education is an option, allowing them to play flag football, I think you'll see younger girls sticking with flag football all the way up until high school and then further on to college.
Flag is going to be huge.
And it is a huge, that was really cool to see, and Ms. Sowers mentioned high school level. Well, it's really big, especially here in our backyard. I got to be a part of something that was very cool. And for more information on that, of course, you can go to NFLflag.com. But from college to the high school level, in collaboration with the New York State Public High School Athletic Association, North Jersey Super Football Conference, the Big Central Conference, and the North Jersey Interscholastic Conference, high schools from Long Island and New Jersey are participating in the Jets High School Girls Flag Football League. all new schools get grants and equipment. We're talking about partnerships. You heard that coach saying they're going to get back. The Jets are so invested in this. I can tell you personally, Nike is on board. It's the second year for the Jets High School Girls Flag Football League in New Jersey and the first on Long Island with Section 8 and Section 11 high schools. So the long-term goal is to have the sport. Here's the goal. I talked to Jesse Linder about it with the Jets yesterday. They want it to be an official varsity championship sport in both states. New Jersey, where they started last year with 8 teams. Here's the staggering statistics. So here's what you have to understand. They asked me to be on a Zoom last year to launch this, right? 8 teams, talk to some of the coaches, get it going in New Jersey. And they have this lofty goal. And, you know, we're asked to do things all the time. And you can tell some of the things that aren't going to go so well. Or the investment by the Jets team in this, I was like, oh, this is actually gonna go somewhere. It really, really is. And it was very awesome. Guess how many teams, guys, this year?
How many?
Imagine like 8 one year.
20?
42.
Yeah, Steve.
Wow, 42.
From 8 teams to 42 high school girls flag football teams. So I was there yesterday and I got to do a really fun panel with Kimberly Martin, who I had never met, but obviously we've taken different paths to getting where we are. And I never was offered to play flag football. I probably wouldn't be great at it, but it was so cool to just be around these girls. So we get into the locker room. Look at see how my name's on the locker.
Good morning football jersey. I like that.
But it was the coolest part was all of these high school girls, one per team of these 42 of the new teams, walk into the Jets locker room. Their names are up there. They've got the Nike cleats. They've got it swagged out. They've got their jerseys, and it was so pure. And there's such a hunger and craving for this. It's only going to grow and grow. And I saw you watching that tape. You saw them routing some people up.
No, the fundamentals. Like, teach them up. Get them some gear and let them enjoy the game. Like, it's helped grow the game so much. I remember when they first launched fantasy, there are a lot of former athletes like, oh man, I played real football. Listen, the game has become a lot more popular because we've invited more people to participate in it from a fantasy standpoint and from a flag standpoint. I live in Florida year round. It's huge there, high school. Like, it's a sport. They really get it done there. So it's nice to see some of the other states adopting that. And you need sponsorship. You need partnerships to be successful.
Nike is all in. I pitched it to People magazine. They wanted to do a piece, so they sent a producer out there with me. I'm interviewing some of these girls. I go, who do you like in the Super Bowl? Like the Bengals and Rams. Like, I just started watching football. I've been playing flag for years, so it's drawing people to the sport that we love on the NFL pro level, but they're playing it because they just enjoy being active and liking the game, guys.
It's cool. And to hear that it might be a varsity sport, that means you can get a full scholarship. It means that you can pay for college through it. It's amazing. And it's cool that you did that. I like that the Good Morning Football jersey. Adams, I want to see
Very cool.
I know, I forgot it at People magazine, but I'll bring it at some point.
People magazine.
Here we have some other things we might have to wear.
Well,